you know what's crazy? Let's not introduce the show. Like, let's just come in with banter, and then like, kind of like, cause we trying to like, kind of like jack off what they do, almost like as like a stunt, right? So let's just
All I
talk.
heard was jack off.
You guys need us to jack you off? Is that what we're supposed to be doing here?
Is that
I didn't think it
intro
was
to the
like
show?
that.
All right. So
we're gonna let Myles introduce the show, right?
yeah, right. I'll introduce the show with them on the show. So my name is Myles, and I'm just gonna like spontaneously switch to this camera. And this is like my new camera. Well, this is Ant on the camera right now, but it's gonna be me. And I'm gonna tell you, even though you see me like halfway in this apartment, I'm gonna tell you guys, welcome to the Play Myself show. Now, my name is Myles,
And I'm Mo. And B.
and V, and we have the one and only.
Hi,
Guys,
my
we're the
name's
roster.
Echo.
I'm Annmarie. We're the roster.
So y'all not gonna let me hold on. Time out.
I'm
You're not gonna
Echo.
let me introduce the show? I'm telling you, we got the one and only trying to steal my Thunder Girls. Are
I'm
they
sorry.
the Thunder Girls? Are they
We
the
tried to
Thunder
tell
Girls
you.
trying to steal
Can
my
you give
thunder?
us a sign when we're supposed to go?
If I have to, but then that would be like liking it rough though, huh? What are we doing? What are we doing?
Listen, I want to apologize. I know at least one of you has a girlfriend. Anything that Echo and I say is in no way trying to make you uncomfortable. It's just sort of who we are. Please listen to our podcast, Roster Podcast, from no interest in stealing your man.
I do.
Echo!
Yeah, Echo ain't shit. That's why Echo's my favorite, because she's keeping it buck.
Oh God.
No, Echo's always giving away her plots.
Yeah, I'm a
Echo's-
fan first. Hey ladies, I'm a fan first.
It's Echo, emphasis on the hoe.
Hey, let's get it. So, Ant, anything you guys say? Ant is the clearest, so you got to come in, folks. You know what though? I'm gonna put them in with you, so it could. So y'all just always gonna be in, ladies.
Yeah, keep them in.
Yeah,
Good, because I like to look at myself on the screen.
there you go.
There you go.
Talk at
Nothing
me.
wrong with that.
I just like to know if there's anything on my face.
My cheekbones really show through from far away,
So,
so it's just good to look at them. I appreciate my facial
I
structure.
ain't mad at that. Hey, we can appreciate things like that, but so let's do the whole intro part over. So, and because we did that, it was so informal. Let's just do it like with all of us here, and I think it'd be dope. And I'll go first, even though I got like the worst shot. But my name is Myles,
And I'm Mo.
And I'm MP.
and this is Play Myself show. So, y'all in our territory. Show's not as big as yours.
I like being in your territory. It's kind of nice in here.
I know. Heard it before, but what I'm trying to tell you guys is, I'm here as a fan. You know what I mean? Because I seen what y'all was doing. I've seen it for years, not years, like a couple months. I've really
2
been like,
years.
y'all probably been doing it for years, but I seen it for months, and I was like, this is the new woman right here. Because these girls, they speak their mind, and I felt like, well, like a lot of people do what they do, but nobody says it like they do, and that really like intrigued me to fuck with y'all. So here I go.
One of the things that Echo and I did when we first started our podcast is we sort of took all of the shame that we had collectively and we just lit it on fire. So we don't have any of that anymore.
We got rid of
So
it.
we just say anything.
Nah, that's why, and that's what I'm saying. Like, that's why I fuck with y'all, cause like y'all are really like. I'm not gonna say y'all my heroes, cause I'll never tell anybody. Like, it's hard for me to say things like that. 'cause
You guys are out here deep throating. You're our heroes.
Yeah, and that's my thing. It's like, yo, how did y'all get to that when it came to
Deep throating? I know.
no,
It
like
really
how you
took
gonna
me a
make your
long
show the way y'all
time.
made it? That's my thing. So,
What was the question? Sorry, I was
no,
distracted
so
by
like
the
when it became like, what was your show about in the beginning?
sex. Always sex.
All right.
Yeah, actually, it was like we originally came up with the idea because we kind of hated that it was taboo for women to talk about like sex and stuff, and we had gotten into exploring our own sexuality, so it was really like so dumb that there was a double standard for men, that men can just like say all this stuff like, oh yeah, her pussy's so wet, her ass is tight, but like if we say something like a dude's got a thick dick, now all of a sudden I'm crass.
Yeah, guys say that like they need a penicillin shot before they fuck me. I'm just
Nobody says that. She speaks.
Yeah, talk heavy.
No.
But nah, I feel you on that though, because it's like, and like that's the way I always felt about listening to podcasts and listening to people just like acting like they're talking heavy or acting like they're talking the truth and they're being themselves, and I'm like, yo, you lying, because it's never like that.
That was a big issue we had with Call Her Daddy. Like when we started our show, it was right before Call Her Daddy fell apart. And so for us, it was like, no, we're really out here like living that life like day to day. And certain people who've hosted that show have never done anal. And so I just can't respect that as a sex podcaster.
Oh yeah, you've got to have your shit completely blown out if you want to try to start telling other people how to do it. You know what I'm saying?
But it was like as the show kind of fell apart, it was so weird to watch because we once aspired so much to them, but it was like as that show broke down over time, it was like we were what they claimed to be. Like we were the best friends who were out in the casual dating scene, who were trying to figure out what all of this stuff was about and how to talk about it and who we were. And so it was kind of cool to watch it go from an aspiration to like our daily life.
Nah, I feel you on that. That is kind of dope. What y'all got to say about that, guys? Ant first.
I mean, it takes courage to do that to me.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, because.
So can I guess your dick sizes?
Oh my god, we're done.
You want to do? Well, you know what though? We being polite and shit, and then y'all.
I was dying to guess.
Y'all trying to make this shit your show. Hold on, man. All right.
Go straight to it.
Go ahead, and I'm on you then. You know what? I'm gonna put y'all on the same screen because this is like y'all trying to like be flagrant with us, and we here for the bullshit. So.
All right. So does that mean continue to be flagrant or tone it down?
Do what you gotta do.
Shut the fuck up. I can do either.
Do what you gotta do. So, Ant, talk heavy.
I mean, they said they was gonna say something.
All right, I'm gonna say something.
You really got your dick size? Because I'm really good at guessing.
He's like, wait, can we get back to the dick size guessing? I was into that.
Listen. So it's like, yo, if you guess a dude's dick size, like, and you on the show, right? And this is Myles talking. If a motherfucker tell you some different shit than another motherfucker, you think that motherfucker gonna admit that shit? It's almost some shit like, yo, you gotta see.
No, but like on this side, I need everybody to let me know if I was right or not.
But who are you? You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, if we doing that, like, I'm not out. Like,
I've just seen a lot of dicks.
I'm doing what I gotta do.
I've just seen a lot of dicks, so it's like sometimes when I look at a person, I can almost guess what their dick is. I can just like almost guess.
Look, we fans. I'm just gonna put us all on the screen because like, so I don't have to fuck with this shit. But what I'm trying to tell you is, we fans. So if y'all on that shit, like, and then you trying to do all that other shit, Echo, because I already know your style. It is not gonna matter because like we know you.
Oh, good.
We seen you before. It's fun.
You know all about me.
It's fun though. I'm just telling you, like, it ain't like I'm not surprised. You know what I mean? Like, but like I said, my biggest shit come from the appreciation of people like you because I feel like you the new woman, and like as many girls in our chat or people who don't like to acknowledge that, they need to listen to y'all show because what y'all saying is like real shit when it come to anybody.
We just want people to have like really happy, healthy, enthusiastic sex and to be like so into it and enjoy what they're doing and be like free enough to experiment and not feel weird about it. And that's for men and for women, which surprises people. We have like a 50-50 split in our audience. gender. So, I mean, it's really just as helpful for men as it is for women to hear
I
these
think
things
so.
talked
I
about.
listen to y'all shit, and at first I be embarrassed, but I'm like, nah. Like what she's saying is like, yo, it's some real shit. But I wasn't that dude. But at the
It's
same
like
time,
a
I get it, huh?
it's like a trick. We lure people in with like, hey, we're talking about sex in such a cool, open way. And then we drop knowledge bombs in there too. And it's like because their mind's already open to what we're saying, they're like receiving all the good information too. That's what we're hoping.
That's what y'all hoping. I'm gonna tell you what you're doing. You know that you making certain girls uncomfortable, but I'll be thinking like, it might be like a strategy from them. That means y'all that you're saying that, yo, you're getting top notch people on your show. So like you're still in your journey as far as like being a podcaster, being an influencer, and I respect that more than anything. But when I see what y'all do and like how authentic y'all stay, that's what like my admiration comes from.
We just have so much fun, and I'm sure that you guys can relate to that.
Yeah, we have fun too. Not like y'all, because you could just fuck a Uber driver.
Yeah.
Once we get the like weed and alcohol rolling in between us with all of our mental illnesses, things just get a little out of hand.
I mean, that's subjective. That mean that you might not be able to be handled some times or whatever. But I get it. So let me start this off because I feel like it's like kind of like weekend. I feel like y'all feel that way too. So I got a prep question for y'all.
Okay.
It's like, what's that other thing? Like, let's talk about. I want you guys to talk about on your show when you said it has to be one more thing, another thing for somebody to get the pussy.
Sex
And
and
we all gonna do a story about it, and then you just chime in when you feel necessary. But I want you guys to kind of describe what we talking about, because
okay.
people who don't listen to you might not know.
I love that you brought this up. We have a segment called Roster Vocab, and we just have some words, some phrases that are really important. And sex and has been pivotal for both of us, I think.
The reason for that being, I specifically know that I'm guilty of like just settling for like the bare minimum, especially when it comes to sex partners. If I'm horny or
I'll
like
fuck anyone.
So
No,
we
I
established.
know it's more to that, but I'm gonna wait.
No, but we established that like for our own benefit, we always have to be getting sex and something else. So someone could bring sex and jokes that you're gonna laugh about. Or
Sex
maybe
and weed is
sex
the
and
most
weed.
common, I think.
Love sex and weed.
Love
Sex and money
sex
is a
and
great
weed.
one. If
Yeah.
you're bringing
Bring
sex and
cash.
money, you're great. Sex and food is another good one.
That's such a good
Sex
one.
and.
Sometimes though it can just be like sex and you make me laugh so fucking hard. You know, like sex and you have a cool ass personality and no
As
one
long
else
as you can
does.
come up with one and.
Yeah,
You're
it's just
good.
like you can't just fuck someone because you're horny and they asked you to.
All right, so Echo, we all college grads here, and of course it's like a posed question, so we understand the concept of it, and this is just for the people. But the question is, give us your best, not your last, your best sex and story.
Oh, best.
Sex and I got to go to my first NBA game just like last month, which was super fun. And
Okay.
I want to fuck NBA players, so it was a great intro for me.
I've gotten
Echo,
sex and a lot of flights.
Don't give me your roster, girl. I'm telling you, like, what was your best goddamn sex and story? Like, yo, the shit you told in the show was crazy. Sex and lozenges or sex and whatever.
Sex and lozenges. That's the same guy. Yeah. She got the NBA game and the lozenges. It was a great experience.
He is also a professional athlete himself, and I don't want to give away too many details because he'll get really pissed at me. But it's like the coolest sex and also because
it's clout. Yeah, she gets to carry around a little bit of clout when she hangs out.
I can't tell anyone about it. But.
Yep, I love that sex and right there. Good heart and chemistry. Sex and anything.
I feel like
it's up to you.
I've actually been known to settle for sex and I don't hate you.
I'm not gonna have y'all
sex and I don't hate you.
Listen, we ain't gonna have y'all fuck the show up while y'all doing this. Like you being too safe. I don't know who your friend is, and I don't care because that's not me. You know what I mean? Like me and him could be in the same position one day. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna say like, yo, sex to me, sex and dinner the best shit. But it's like
Yeah.
dinner then sex, right? But that's from a
Yeah.
male perspective. You know
No,
what I
I
mean?
love
Like,
Does it
that.
have to be home cooked?
oh yeah, for sure. And
Like I can't
Well,
DoorDash you. That doesn't hit the same.
If I put it on a plate.
Nah, it don't hit the same. I'm keeping it a buck. It don't hit the same for me.
Oh man.
It don't hit. It can hit the same for you.
That's
'cause you
fine. I
probably
mean, we're
can't
not
cook.
the girls for you, clearly.
Hey, it's just
If
like
you
I feel like every dude dick got an extra half an inch to grow when some and shit happen. That's why I said it. So now,
Oh
want
yeah,
another-
my
yo,
throat
y'all want
gets
another
deeper
dude to
when
go,
I
or y'all
get a
gonna
big
go?
ring.
That makes perfect sense.
Mm-hmm.
It's like
So
if the
go
guy's
ahead.
like, and I'm
And
bringing
weed,
weed, my
So
throat's
let's
like
do that. And
so
weed, and
deep.
weed. Yeah, and weed.
Do you guys
Yeah.
think that the NBA guy didn't get throated super deep that night, that he didn't get to do whatever he wanted with my body?
So why you trying to bring
Well,
this
I
submission?
think
I'm trying to bring
Man.
new content
sex
to the
good
fucking
for him as
community.
well.
Nah, you bugging. We're trying to bring new content to the community, and what we're asking you is, what's your best echo? What is now I'm picking at you, Echo. Echo, what is your best sex and story? Point blank period, girl.
I don't know what that means though. Like, what do you mean by story?
You so a time where the and made the sex better, or just like how you described it on your show. This is kind of like a plug for you, and I feel like we doing too much.
I feel like I responded.
Still
If you want to
lost
get
interest.
sassy about it,
You
but
know what
I'll respond again, and
Go
I'll
ahead,
tell you that sex and honestly, I know a lot of people have like an emotional connection to sex, and so it makes it so much better when you know someone well and you have chemistry and you're into it, and like I don't give a fuck. Which is why like sex and was so important, is because I just like love sex so much. When people are around me and I'm horny, I want to have sex with them. So sex and for me, like, is there something that just made the sex feel so much better? Yeah, a good oral technique, a big dick,
There you go.
sex and, if that's your question.
It wasn't because
Sex
this is
and a big dick.
because I asked for a story and you telling me you giving me theory, but it's okay.
Okay.
Let Annmarie go because Echo, we got beef. Go ahead. Though.
See, can I tell a story where I gave a great sex and, because I actually don't usually do great at
Absolutely,
getting.
play myself.
Okay, so sex and I drove 5 hours to the guy. He's not even from that town. He was working in that town, so I drove 5 hours to him. I fucked him. Then I did his laundry and cleaned his apartment. Like he had a little house. And then I drove home. So I'm not really sure what I got out of the exchange, but he got sex and a lot, specifically.
I
had to that's why we had to implicate those types of rules, though, is because Echo and I are guilty of doing exactly what like modern culture has done to us, and that is making our sex life about men as well. You know what I'm saying? So we have to implicate these types of rules for ourselves, just to like almost check in and be like, hey, you're good too, yo, right? You're having a good time here. So for me, that was a period of time pre-sex and. That was when I was giving all sex and getting no sex and.
I like that. That was honest. Play myself ish. Like, thank you, Annmarie, for that. Echo.
You're
welcome. Echo, you need another example?
No.
Echo once got sex and a love cactus. It still hasn't died yet.
Ooh, damn. Don't look, she looking at me like she from Alaska. And I'm just like a black dude, the first black dude she ever seen. And I know that ain't that
Oh
case.
no, there's a lot of those that come in and out of Echo's bed.
So, Aunt, you want to go?
I want Mo to go. He's kind of quiet today.
Ooh. Mo said he was going to be quiet. So, go ahead. Yes, go ahead.
I am a little quiet, but I like Elliot's answer. You know, how he said sex and good chemistry. That's always a good.
I need a story, Mo.
I don't really have a story, and you're not gonna make me tell one.
Okay.
So sorry, guys.
All right, so and just go then, son, because maybe I need to revamp this segment. But I just feel like that was a good topic because I feel like, yo, what get me to the yard is that extra effort. But when the female say sex and it's more about that extra effort, and that could go both ways. You know what I mean? That extra effort can go so many ways. But like, how I'm gonna do my thing, dick wise, it's only about that and everything else is regular. It's regular.
Yeah, it makes a big difference for us too. I just like unfortunately, Echo and I used to lead such like different lives pre podcast where it's like almost like we didn't know how to set boundaries or how to enjoy things for ourselves.
Yeah, no, 100%. And sex
I'm
is
looking at
so
that like it's
different for
cat
women
because I
than
heard the
for
high school stories. I did my homework.
men. But sex for women and men, it can be so different in that way. Like the way that there is a stigma attached to it, it's like a lot of women feel guilty for exploring sex in any way, and so they end up not enjoying it. Like I had missionary sex for 6 years with a dude who I really cared about, and I didn't even start masturbating with a vibrator until after that relationship ended.
Maybe this was a different sex podcast I was listening to, but
No, because that's what I'm saying is that we started the podcast and it was
no, I
just
know.
before
I'm
that
about to
when
say
that
something.
relationship
Echo, I'm shooting you,
ended.
Bill. First of all, I'm coming from a place of gratitude. I enjoy you ladies on here. I'm super pumped. If you ask anybody that know me, like, yo, these girls is coming, let them come on. Like, this is you know what I mean? This is a Zoom call. I'm like, nah, this is the roster. So that's what I'm saying. Did I hear this on the roster where somebody said missionary style is this the new shit? Is you getting a chance to see men twerk?
Honestly,
Because if
I
bitch
would love to see an
bitch
answer.
watch you doing missionary style, she looking at you twerking. That ass. Was it Joshua?
Honestly, one of the things too, though, is we call our listenaries missionaries. So when we say things missionary style, sometimes we're referring to that. But when it comes to missionary sex, I absolutely mostly just love that a man can get right up on my G spot in missionary. That's my attachment to
But
it.
do you ever
The
watch
twerking
the
is a
ass?
bonus.
You
If I
watch
had
the
a
ass,
mirror,
though? Do
I'm
you
gonna
watch
add
the
a
ass?
mirror.
Say that again. Adamant. Go ahead. I know what
I
that
might
is.
add a mirror, yeah, so I could see the ass getting thrown back a little. I never considered that. That's brilliant. I might put one on there. That's why you have the mirror at the end of your bed.
But definitely,
So you can watch their asses get thrown back.
That's
Damn. Okay.
That's
I'm
something
misusing
deep,
my
lady.
bedroom mirror. I've got it facing me this whole
Dude, meet your
time.
ass sheets later.
But you can look at yourself too. Which one do you think I'm more interested in?
It's
You
questionable with this one.
nasty shit. Like I'm a nasty motherfucker too. So I dig you. I dig you. Like
Yeah, it's the hottest when
why
you're
you was
looking
my
at it
favorite.
together.
Oh, you guys want to see my puppy? Sorry to interrupt. This is my puppy. His name's
Damn. You fucked the show up with that shit. They gonna have to come get that. We gonna get demonetized.
Taco Bell.
Sorry.
Yeah, y'all be going to Sheets late night on the weed?
Oh, we love weed.
No,
We
no,
don't
you be
go to
going
Sheets a
Sheetz
lot
though?
now.
Honestly, we DoorDash a lot.
Yeah.
Because
that's why we
doesn't
suggested it as like a dinner date.
Yeah.
I cook. I actually lead a double life, to be honest. Not that you asked, but I do lead a double life. I'm a mom, and I actually have a whole separate apartment where I raise my child. And then when he's with his dad, I come here and I stay in this room with Echo and I DoorDash everything.
Hold on, you live in a different apartment right next to her? Cause I know about
No,
the
it's in
veto
a different
couch and
town. I
everything.
actually live like 40 minutes away from Echo's apartment.
You lying?
Dead serious, dead ass.
So
I
how
got
can
two
hit
beds.
Echo?
I got two beds. This is my second bed. This is where I do my whole shit away from my kid. He doesn't need that in his life.
Oh man, I fuck with it though. Nah, I respect it. Like I said, like
He's like 6. He's very impressionable. He doesn't need that kind of life with the men coming in and out. I mean, so I keep it very separate from him.
Oh, yeah, you sound like a book.
A book?
You sound like a book. So
Is it a literotica? At least.
So Ant is on here. I'm gonna put everybody's name on the screen because it's like it's kind of irritating me too. But after I say this, I was talking to Ant earlier and I was like, "Yo, imagine if you had to wear your body count on your arm."
That'd be crazy,
right? And then
Yeah.
not to say
Imagine,
Go ahead.
Imagine we live in a world where we're not shamed for it though, because then it's like a badge of who fucks, yo. You know, you're like looking, you're like, that person probably knows what they're doing because they've got a lot of marks on their arm.
Nah. I'm not even saying like that. I'm talking about just
The
your body
secret
count, just like a number, right? So, say like if you had to rock that number on your arm, right? We just talking heavy right now, right? Like this is what this show is about. We're gonna do that. So you have to wear that on your arm. When you wear that on your arm, it's more about like tomorrow you come home, you had a 17 yesterday, and today your shit is an 18, and you're in a relationship. You're not people be lying.
Ooh, so but here's the thing: on the roster, we say once you get tested, your body calories.
You ain't shit. You ain't shit.
I mean, like, it's a new body at that point. You fucked the old body. I
don't know. Wow. I respect it though. No, I respect it.
You have to turn me back to 0 every time.
Nah, I respect it, but I'm just saying, like, yo, that's just.
It's like almost none of anyone's business, in my opinion, how many people I've fucked. It's just like, if my pussy doesn't have a disease, that's your business for sure. But other than that, what's happened to my pussy or in my pussy is none of your fucking business unless I want it to be. So when people like get into body counts a lot, I really do feel like mine resets when I get tested. I'm like, my pussy's clean. The rest isn't any of your business.
In a world where I had a number, I have a number. Say I have a number tattooed on my bicep of how many people I've fucked, and like that's the law. I'm also getting a jersey
with the number.
No, listen. Again, how I look at y'all two of the bravest women I ever met in my life, and we just meeting today, right? But what I'm saying is, if I'm thinking about writing a movie and I'm like, yo, imagine if you had to write your body count on your arm. And y'all not going to be 70 years old just sucking motherfuckers off. Even though
that's your opinion.
I mean,
right,
I like it. Here's the thing. It's like a lot of people are off-put by body counts. Especially if you're looking for a relationship. But then there are some people who might look at that number and be turned on by the fact that it's real high and that you're real old. There's a market for everything in sex.
I'm telling you this shit. Look, I'm not giving you theory. What I'm trying to tell you is, what if the talk that Ant and I had earlier, and now you know who Ant is. It was like, yo, what if you had to wear your body count on your arm? How much would that change relationships?
Oh my god.
If you had to. This is a fucking question. Like, if you had to wear your body count on your arm, how, even though, like, I agree with you guys, like, but how crazy would that make relationships?
Honestly, I want to say that in my personal relationship that I have a boyfriend, we have really open communication. So if you're in a healthy relationship and you're communicating openly, I would hope it wouldn't matter too much unless you were cheating on someone. And at that point, you deserve to feel a little shitty, unfortunately. I've been there, I've been the cheater, but like I've also been the one opening up to like, okay, I'm an asshole here.
Yeah, but I feel like I'm a bad community. Go ahead, Mo.
I don't think it would change anything. I think if everybody had to wear a body count on their sleeve or on their arm, then it's just going to become the new norm.
I agree with that. You said that in a relationship too.
Maybe it would become less important because we all have one.
What Ant is saying, what he's about to say, is what I'm trying to say. It's theory. It's not fact. So if you had to, like, if the law came tomorrow, like, all right, we know the government was like, we know your body count. Yo, show up for your COVID shot. Show up for your body count. Tomorrow. We know your body count. They didn't tell you what you think your body count is. They're just gonna test some shit on your arm, and they say it's a chip in this that is gonna change every time you fuck.
And that's what you've been trying to say this whole time.
Yeah, I ain't shit though. I ain't shit.
It's like that was not implied whatsoever.
You know what Echo is doing? Echo's trying to get back on top. Nah, I control this. I control this, Yeah, you trying to get back on top? Nah.
The only time you can control Echo is if your penis is near her and your hands on her throat.
Listen, you've
Nah.
controlled the
Right
conversation
now.
plenty. You're
Through the
welcome for
phone.
that.
I got this.
Mm.
So answer the question like good. Go ahead, Ant, because you were saying it right, and like that's what I was trying. I just wanted to say that because Echo was looking at me like I'm the first black person she ever seen.
No, I was saying that.
Yeah, I'm just so terrified of black people. I've never seen one before.
Look at it,
Hi, what would it be like to see a black person in real life?
I like this. Go ahead though.
but look at it like you're not in a relationship. How about that?
Mm.
How many people do you think that you'll be able to talk to if you did have that number on you?
Well, honestly,
many.
having a roster podcast is almost essentially like having a body count on your body. I
People
will
assume it's in the hundreds.
They assume it's everyone, and you know, so it's like you walk around and you're basically wearing a scarlet letter. So what I can say to you is, it doesn't affect me as much as it used to, but early on there were some people who were really rude about it. But there were just as many people who thought it was so hot that I was so comfortable with my sexuality. It was exactly a 50-50 split in my opinion. And then eventually I started to filter out those annoying people, and now I almost never interact with anyone who's like rude about it. And if they are, it just like doesn't faze me as much as it used to, I don't think.
Nice.
It's all about like your self concept, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like answer my next question.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna say, would you be embarrassed about your count?
Yeah, no, honestly, because of our podcast, I've had to really learn to not be embarrassed about the number of people I have sex with, unfortunately. I feel like people assume my specific number is way higher than it is, but actually, like, it's way lower than you, like, people I've interacted with. I'm like, oh, wow, yours is higher than mine. I'm a hoe. Okay. Nice to meet you.
I'm gonna tell
But
you
that's
like
definitely
this.
like all subjective.
Can we all agree you get better at anything you do off practice?
Practice, yeah.
Practice,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
So like, if my assumption, like, if Echo could suck dick the way she said she could suck dick, right? I think it's capped sometime, but whatever, right? If she could, right?
Talk heavy.
We could send you some reviews. We actually have live reviews. from
I'm just trying to tell.
I have
Like,
videos.
I have
can I
videos.
do my segment? Can I do my segment? Echo?
Go
Can I
ahead,
do my
honey.
segment? I'm saying if it's an assumption from me, from Myles right now, right? I'm just like, damn, if that's the case, she had to suck a lot of dicks. That's the only thing I could think. It's not like you was practicing on a cucumber and the cucumber was perfect every fucking day. So if anybody be like, yo, my wife is perfect, my girl is perfect, she can do this, I'm like, no. She was doing that on a motherfucker before you.
Facts.
But like,
Have you ever had a woman put her life on the line for your dick?
Come on.
Like you're afraid that actually she's gonna lose consciousness because she won't stop sucking your dick?
Nah, I never had that. That's
like we're
other
talking
shit.
like
Yeah.
deep in the throat, like
I thought
she
you was
can't
talking about
breathe,
just, like,
but
on some
she
life
doesn't
shit.
necessarily have the will to live.
I mean, it's pretty minimal.
No, I think like a lot of people assume that, but it's like, again, there's another part of their brain that is like, I wonder what it's like to have my dick sucked by someone who knows what they're doing that well. And so it has this factor for me specifically. I think it almost has the opposite effect of what I anticipated it to have, I guess, where it's like people are like, I want you to look at my dick and tell me what it looks like to you because you're an expert. I need you to suck my dick because you're an expert. You know, like it's like.
I mean,
I also see it as like a challenge. Like I like to put
I can't
it.
stand up right now, but I'll tell you this, right? I hear what you're saying, and that's exactly what I'm saying. But for you to be like that and even have that confidence, there has to be a measuring stick, right? So like your measuring stick is the before bitch or whatever, right or wrong. Like your measuring stick has to be like you have to have.
Yeah,
it's
like
this.
every girl
If
who's
I
ever
go to your
sucked his
house,
dick before.
like,
Yeah,
so
I
you-
talked to them all.
Like none of y'all can cook. We know that, right? Because we already established that, right? Y'all can't cook.
No, do you actually
She can cook.
No, they
I
can't. I mean,
cook.
they
I'm a
can't,
mom.
like,
I'm an amazing
they
cook,
prefer
actually.
DoorDash. No, it's cool. We talking about sex. We're not doing that. I'm just saying, like, y'all prefer cooking.
Okay.
Y'all don't prefer cooking.
It's fine.
When
It's
you
nice
talk,
that you
like-
got so insulted about it first, though, before you moved
It's
on.
not even an
Stop it.
insult.
She's shrinking. She
See?
gets combative when she's shrinking.
Oh gosh. And Echo, can you Echo, what's the first line in your Tinder profile?
3 cats, 3 degrees, many flaws.
No, keep going to the part where you like to get beat by a motherfucker. Keep going to that shit.
Oh wait, no, is that mine?
Oh, hurt me is hers.
Yeah, mine just says hurt me, daddy.
Right? So hurt me, daddy. Oh, that's you, A? It hurt me, daddy.
Yeah, but a lot of that came from emotional trauma that I got from men that I met on Tinder. It was me being kind of salty when I made it. It really, but it got me a lot of rough sex. It's great. It worked out well for me. I found some sugar daddies that way too.
So does hurt me, daddy always mean hurt me, daddy? So it's like this. If I tell you, right, like you say you could cook, right? Echo, you say you could cook, right? Echo, did I spell your name right on the screen? I'm a horrible. I got dyslexia.
I cannot cook. She can.
No, that's spell your name right.
Yes, you spelled it right.
All right. So what I'm trying to tell you is this: if I say, yo, Echo, I ain't have a meal like this since the crib. I'm talking about moms. You gonna get offended because I compared you. So how you get compared to a dick suck?
How I get compared is this is the best sex sucking I've ever received.
But I feel like
and no one else has ever done this. You've surpassed all others.
Because I feel like if the dick gets so good, everybody say that at that time.
Yeah, I'm sure they do. So what else am I supposed to think? I'm gonna make up other theories about it?
I know. I'm shooting you bell right now. I'm saying like, yo, you know, like when I hear you talk, you know that thing go down.
Deep.
Exactly. So don't give me like that. Like I know who I'm talking to.
A big reason why, like, Echo and I do anything is, like I said before, mentally ill. We have a very small will to live. So when it comes to a man's pleasure, because our fathers have been such as children, we're willing to die for it. We're really willing to die for that. Very willing to put our life directly on the line for a man's pleasure. So we have to incorporate rules. I eat earlier, sex in.
Yeah, we gotta
protect ourselves from ourselves.
We gotta clap for that. Hold on. That's Annmarie saying she's willing to put her life on the line for a man pleasure.
But like I expect the same in return, and it's like if you're not giving me that, then I will find my way into your wallet eventually.
Ooh, I feel that though. I feel like
I might find my way in there either way. Honestly, I am kind of.
I feel like Echo's acting shy right now though. But I feel like Echo's acting shy, but I feel like I'm picking on Echo because, like, her and I handled the business side, so we kind of have a relationship. Well, maybe.
That's the problem.
Well, or Echo, or not. You know what I mean? Like,
I don't think I've been particularly shy.
I just feel like you acting shy right now because Annmarie is like, she's shooting you bell. She's like your publicist.
I got a question. So I think whenever Echo starts talking, you jump in. So, so I mean that could be a reason too. You know?
So Mo.
No, and it's great because you jump in immediately to say something negative or to discredit me, which has been fun the whole time.
No, so okay, Mo, take it from here. Mo's my co-host. I'm gonna go get the split. Go ahead, Mo. Take it from here.
Okay, all right. So I'm actually interested in what do you guys do outside of the podcast? You know, like what
coffee shops, I think.
What's you should answer since you've been talking a lot because you're so shy.
No, we both work in offices, honestly, so it's really boring day work, but we have a lot of freedom, and it actually allows us time sometimes to do the creative parts of the show that we're not able to otherwise, because we both have very busy lives, so it can be difficult sometimes, and I'm sure you guys can relate to that, having 3 people in a show, getting schedules to line up, finding time to do everything you need to do, and also having your real life on the side. It can be a struggle.
I also said earlier, I'm a mom.
Right.
So I have a 6-year-old son. So I spend a lot of time watching cartoons and Minecraft, making meals, cleaning up messes. Aside from work, I spend a lot of time worshiping Nicki Minaj. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I play Sims.
Most of my time is worshiping Nicki Minaj.
Same.
I would say 70% of my time.
I'm from Queens, so yeah.
He's honestly my biggest celebrity crush. If I could have a gangbang, at least including her and Big Sean, I could die happy at that point.
When I found out the ass is fake, that shit fucked me up. But
When you
Honestly,
found out.
fake or not, the money's real. She's real as fuck. Honestly, if you listen to her lyrics, she's real. That's where a lot of the bad bitch energy from the podcast comes from, though, is from Nicki Minaj. I worship her. She's in my head all day, every day. I'm like, ain't a such thing as broken handsome, girl. Get it in your head.
when y'all break down rap lyrics, that's the funniest shit I ever fucking heard in my life.
We do have a segment called Rap Genius.
Listening to y'all for 10 minutes when motherfuckers said, I got boogers in my ear. You was like, yo, you said I got yellow boogers in my ear. You like, the sound of boogers make my pussy dry. Type shit. I was like, he talking about diamonds.
Yeah, but it's like if you were to say I've got diamonds in my ears, my pussy's wet, and then you say boogers, and it has a reverse drying effect.
Even now, knowing that means diamonds, it's still fucking me up.
It's not a good nickname for diamonds, and it's almost as many letters.
I love how Echo knew and you didn't know.
Nah, she corrected her.
Nah, but sometimes they don't be knowing the same.
Yeah, nah, they didn't. Yo, I'm talking about, it was like a waste of podcast time, but as a real fan, I was like, yo, I'm gonna see how long this shit take. I was rolling. It kept me going. You know what I mean? She was like, and like they played a song, it's dope, and like that's some behind the scenes shit. But like they played the song and he was like, yo, boogers in my ear. He was like, how did it go? Because I know y'all know it. I don't really know it. I didn't ever listen to that. Can you say it? Cause so they can hear, because they didn't listen to it.
I can pull it up for sure.
Oh shit!
But will you tell them about how it originated while I bring the thing?
Rap Genius?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm obsessed with rap music. Like I listen to it all day, every day, like nonstop. I talk about rap culture. I talk about rap theory. I talk about lyrics. I talk about everything rap. But when it comes to Echo, there's like a disconnect between like the lingo.
I listen to Taylor Swift.
So sometimes I'll be like, Echo, I just heard, like another one we did on Rap Genius was Cardi B said, I ran down on a bitch, she almost pissed on her leg. And we spent a really long time talking about what it could possibly mean to run down on a bitch. Is it sexual?
So here were the lyrics from our most recent episode with the Rap Genius in it, which is actually, it's called Suck My Clit, which I think a lot of people will be interested in. But the lyrics verbatim were, my earlobes got them yellow boogers like I sneezed in that bitch. Achoo. Your 808s is dry. You need to put some grease in that bitch.
Hey.
Yeah, that was kind of trash.
That was trash. No, don't tell them that, because that's their shit. Like, they broke that whole shit down for like fucking 20
No,
minutes.
this is the thing. I always have to look for, because Echo also has 3 degrees, as she said earlier. I have to look for stuff that she won't be able to guess what it is. So when I got to the yellow boogers, I was like, there's no way she's gonna know what yellow boogers are, because I didn't. And I listened to a lot of rap.
Yo, that shit was crazy.
Like, I had to Google it.
I sat there and listened to that shit like, yo, maybe she has a point. Maybe I don't know something. Maybe I don't know what
yellow
boogers in the air is.
It just like feels like not a cute adjective, and like diamonds to me are like luxury. They're not boogers. Like boogers are snot. They're not
Who
good.
chose it?
Trash.
Who chose that?
Boogers is garbage. Boogers is not
That's a
diamond.
lyric. Yo, it's so funny. But now I love that. Dude, that was one of my things. I was like, yo, I gotta ask him about that booger shit.
Honestly, we would be willing to at any moment during this episode for you guys to give us a rap genius, and we'll tell you what it means. We'll break it apart. If you have any lyrics you're just sitting on, I'm ready.
I can't speak for Mo.
Full
but
rap genius mode.
I can honestly tell you, for Ant and me, there's no rap shit that we don't understand. Like, for what it is.
Yeah,
Mo just don't listen to mute. Like, he don't listen to rap like that. He don't listen.
Well,
to,
let's talk about Nicki Minaj for a quick second while you're vulnerable. I'm gonna need you to go ahead and listen to Nicki Minaj's album Queen.
What does that mean to me, though? Queen don't mean shit to me.
it doesn't mean
is a queen
anything
to
to
me.
you as a male, but as a woman, queen
No,
means
every woman is a queen to me. That's
everything.
how I feel. Every woman is a queen to me. But
Yeah, exactly. But
I
and a lot
know.
of women aren't queens to themselves. That's the problem.
But
It's
what am
just
I
a
gonna
lot
do
of women
about
don't
that?
see themselves that way. And so Nicki Minaj
Choose your
radiates the
king.
same energy that I hope I do, where she wants
Nah,
other women to feel like queens.
we're not
And
doing
if
that.
you
Cause she
don't
not.
feel like a queen, you're inferior.
We're
That's
not
how
doing
she
that.
is. She's
We're
like,
not
you're
doing
a
that.
queen
We're
or
not
you're a
doing. We're
pussy.
not
I
doing
don't
that
know.
with Nicki. We're not doing that with Nicki and me. Because
She
I'll
my
tell you this.
girl.
No, that's your girl, right? Who's her man?
Honestly,
Okay.
he to me is nothing to do with her music. It's like I don't necessarily know if I respect her, but if I had a child with any or respect her husband, but if I had a child with anybody, I think like there are a lot of things I would in my head make excuses for or overlook or forgive or whatever. I've been guilty of doing that in relationships, so
Yeah, cause
when it comes to that, I'm not saying I love
Good for
every
having you like
decision the
that.
girl makes. I just think she's a badass person. She's a great
Me
role model
too.
for women.
No, me too. But I thought you was trying to give her that other clout, and it's like, nah, I'm not gonna give her that. But that's me.
No. But
But
I
I'll let you
honestly
say
think
what you want
if
for
you
your homie. For
listen,
your homie. Me and her from
you
the same
listen to
place.
any clip of her talking, she's so empowering. She really just like lifts women up and
To
herself up too.
you.
It's like it's
You from
magnetic.
Erie. You from Erie, right?
Yeah.
Erie, Pennsylvania. Who else from there? Future from there? Is Future from there?
No, I don't think so.
No, I don't think he's from Erie, but we have like in Pittsburgh is really close to us. So like
I've
Wiz
been to Erie. I
Khalifa's
know
from here,
Pittsburgh.
Mac Miller's
I
from
know that
here.
shit. Yeah.
Philadelphia is like a couple hours from us. That's
A
like
couple,
where
it's like
it's like six.
7.
That's where Meek Mill's from. I like to count him as part of my group. He's from my hood. He's from 6 hours from me.
Hey, listen. Yins need to listen. Yins need to listen. And y'all know what I'm
Okay.
talking about.
Yins, you're yinsing us.
Yeah. I know
That's
about
Pittsburghese.
I know the difference between Pittsburghese and Philadelphia. It's
When we
different.
speak, actually, where we're from, because we're a little bit closer to like New York,
Mhm.
we've actually been told we have a lot of New York in our accents. Like though we say the word both,
It's
with an L in
Midwestern
it,
too.
but there's not the one there. But
Do y'all write up? Y'all write up?
like
See,
weed,
and red up in New York mean way different than what it do from where you at.
weed.
No, what does red up mean? Red the house up. What that mean then?
I don't know. No, stop! I don't know.
You visit the house.
You're
You
vetting
know,
it up.
you know the
so
people who live
So,
inside.
so I'm on some real Pittsburgh shit right now. So Pittsburgh red up is like, yo, clean the house up. Like, don't clean it, but like make it like presentable.
Okay, now that you're saying it, I've definitely heard someone saying that.
Yeah, exactly.
But like
So,
Pittsburgh is just like
I'm cultured,
2
though. I'm
hours
cultured. I'm
south
showing
from
you-
us,
I'm
so
showing
it's
you that
like
I'm cultured.
crazy the difference in the
I've been to
dialect. Like,
Erie.
we'll hear
I'm
people
saying.
calling cars buggies.
Yeah, that's why when I was talking, I try to shoot you some bear earlier with the Sheets comment, right? Like, I'm like, yo, y'all gonna meet at Sheets after? Because you know what Sheets
Oh,
is,
and you
right?
thought that was gonna be like Wawa, like big deal to us.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay,
No, it's really not as like Wawa to people who love Wawa. Like it is not the same. Sheets does not have that special
Sheetz
place in our
sucks.
heart.
Nah,
It's
No.
like
Sheets is better than me. Sheets
But
is better
Sheetz
than me.
does smack if you're drunk. It's late at night. They've got a
Sheetz is
good
better.
menu.
Right. But
It's
what I'm
not
trying
like
to
you're
tell
gonna
you,
be
look,
sad about
so
it.
look at Ant. Ask Ant when somebody say yo red up, what that mean in New York? It's different. It's different.
what?
Depends. Like,
Red up, does that mean like get in the car, get the guns, we're about to fucking do some shit. That's how my brain thinks. When I hear red up, it's like get ready.
no.
Like it's go time.
That's how I feel about people coming to my house.
Different. Yeah.
I mean, that's common sense.
Say different.
You can tell what I'm talking about.
Yeah. But
There's
damn,
urgency in red up.
it's urgency in that. So that's what I'm telling
Yeah.
y'all ladies. But
What does red up mean?
no, red up in the Western Pennsylvania means clean up, like little like do
Clean up your house. There's urgency in
house,
that.
like, do
To me, it
little
means
shit.
like
Like,
you
yo,
know a lot
y'all
about a
clean up, but
subject.
They say red up.
Well
But just
read.
like when they say
Yeah.
yins,
You're right up on the
like,
subject.
yins is like you, like y'all.
Yeah.
Yins is like y'all. They got
Except
mad
it's
funny
uglier.
shit.
No
Yeah.
one likes to say it except people
Yeah,
who
I
live
mean, you
in
never
the
been to
city.
Western
Pittsburgh
PA.
is like so there's like
My
it's
wife
so
from there,
funny
yeah,
because
so
it
shit
doesn't
different.
seep
Like, yeah.
outside of Pittsburgh. The Pittsburgh East, it's like no, we're
It's
not
different.
catching on to that, guys. That's just you. That's your thing. It's not a Pennsylvania thing.
Oh,
You
but
guys
don't
can
on
have
that,
your
but don't talk about Paneri Brothers, which is the best sandwich anybody ever had.
You've had one?
Panini's? Oh my gosh, yeah, with the fries on it and the
With the
coleslaw.
fries,
Those are
coleslaw.
snack. That's
Shit
a Pennsylvania
different.
special right there.
Shit different. Yo, that shit's different. Big Suits,
There was
Pennsylvania. But let's get off this shit though. You know what I mean? Huh? We talking about the other shit. But yo, I feel like I'm doing a lot of talking. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I wanna hit my shit, but I'm waiting for somebody else to say something. Mo said I was not giving bail. He don't want to talk, but say something heavy. Cause I got a lot of questions.
I talked.
Okay, good.
I talked, but you came in. I
Here's what we do actually in our voice chat. Sometimes because we're all big talker overs, we will mute everyone except for who's talking. And then no one can cut them off. Is that an option?
Myles would have the power, and I don't trust him.
Exactly. So I just said we just all act like adults, and if somebody wants to talk, fucking just say it. I'll edit it out anyway because I have all of the audio.
I like your hat though. Is it? Show me more. What's the front of it look like?
It's a Nike Golf.
It's very beautiful. If I was coming over to your house, I would steal that in a hot second.
Yo, I got a thing with people.
Does that happen to you?
And ain't shit like that. Like, yo, I just try to buy authentic fly hats because I'm an eBay seller now. You know, I'm retired. I just retired.
You guys use your shit to girls all the time when they come over.
Nah, nobody came over here, because I'm going through a separation.
Nobody came over there. That's why you still have that pink hat. That's girl gold right there.
Mine, yeah.
But let me tell you this, I'm about my money.
I'm after it.
Babe, let me take a pic in your hat. I'm gonna casually wear it the whole night and get drunk and then go home in it.
It matches my hole-in-one trophy, and I won it.
It don't happen like that over here, baby girl. I'm about to have money first. I tell you that. So I got this shit tatted on my arm.
This is Echo's hole-in-one trophy. She really did get a hole-in-one in her life. She is not a golfer, but she is very lucky.
You ain't shit.
I was really about to ask her.
Yo,
100%. That's the ball. That's the real ball in there.
Like, I'm looking at that shit kind of different.
We're talking 110 yards, people.
Don't tell them that. It's really small.
Oh,
put it away. Put it away.
What a slice.
Yeah, that's crazy. Echo, can we learn the story about that shit from my podcast, or you want to save it for your shit?
No, I'll tell you, because it was really easy. Like, I hit the ball and it flew over a hill and you couldn't even see where it landed. So me and like 6 people were scouring the woods for like an hour trying to find this ball, because not one of us thought that it could be in the hole, because it was me and I'm a shitty player. And then after so long, people were just getting so sick of looking for it. One guy was like, guys, maybe we should check. I mean, it could have.
Right now, it's like, I thought this was a sex story, and I tried to like bring it back to the essence of what the fuck we were talking about. But this is a Echo sports story.
Yeah, I'm an athlete.
This is a sports This is a sports podcast.
You want to talk about sex more?
You want to hear about a different kind of hole-in-one?
No, I just was
talking about different balls, different.
Because I got you on either front.
We've got all kinds of whole dialogue over here for you.
Of course.
Because we have so many of them.
Assorted whole dialogue.
Listen, I ain't shit.
I'm trying to hear about the hole-in-one.
Have you guys heard about the trifecta? Do you know what that is?
I'll tell you about Spider-Man.
Tell me. I dare you to tell me something I don't know about Peter Parker right fucking now.
Yo, you know what's crazy?
Roast me on some Marvel. I dare you. Try me.
I meant to join your Discord and talk about this shit, but it's crazy. So I look at it like this, right? So Spider-Man is like when you are like you hitting something from the back, right? Condom on, like we're being safe, right? Condom on. So boom,
I mean, if
boom,
you
boom.
insist.
Let me
whatever.
help. Let me get in
Count 'em off. Fuck it.
position.
Count them off. Count them off, right? Hey, right? You nut in
Con
your
off.
hand.
All right, moving forward. I'm
You
comfortable
nut
now.
in your hand. You nut in your.
Wait, am
So
I wearing protection? I need to know for the.
No.
For
All
the
right. So
oh,
you wearing, no,
okay.
you're not wearing protection. So the dude nuts in his dominant hand. He taps you on with his non-dominant hand on your shoulder, right?
The dominant side, right?
On your dominant side, which is usually the case. When you look over your shoulder, Spider-Man right in your face.
Oh, sorry. I took that way different direction.
An agreed upon facial is way hotter.
Nah.
I don't really like cold cum touching me. It's like when it's warm, it feels great. But like when
I feel like
Make
cum,
sure you're really rubbing it
it's like
between
jelly.
your fingers before
Hold
you.
on, wait. So how long you think it take cum to get warm?
As soon as the air
60
touches
seconds,
it, it does
60
not stay
seconds.
warm for long.
Yeah.
My shit
I
warm,
know
man.
because I've eaten cold cum on more than one
Yeah, I've tried to lick it off the surfaces and been like, ooh, that is not body temp anymore.
uncomfortable. My mistakes.
It's like eating cum jelly. I love it.
I've never considered the question.
Yeah.
In all honesty, I want to say men often have never eaten cum.
Of course not.
It's like
Where
your
you
body
going?
makes it.
Okay, hang on. Question.
I taste my own cum all the time because I'm not a weirdo. I have a wet pussy and it's delicious.
Okay.
I just think men are pussies. I genuinely do. I think they have phobias of like licking like weird, but I think all men should at least try it.
So raise your hand if you've tasted your own cum.
I have
Yo, play my
no
shit.
pussy shit.
I taste my vagina even when I'm not coming, just to see what's up down there.
In all honesty, I actually, as a
But I'm
dominatrix,
talking about, like,
make
as a
men eat
child,
their
like, I was
cums.
like, huh?
So I'm like maybe being a little manipulative.
So you never hit your shit before? I hit my shit before. I never like ate my shit. Like I hit my shit before. Like I would say.
Like taste it off your finger, but you haven't had it on like a PBJ sandwich.
Or like
no.
say in a bowl of
That's weird
cereal,
shit.
or like in
Yeah.
some pancakes.
What's the weirdest place or thing you ate cum with?
Me, I actually ate a cum popsicle before.
Yeah, that's
Wow.
yeah, they on some shit. Yeah,
So
it's
like
not
frozen, yeah, it wasn't like the greatest. Believe it or not, it wasn't
good. I bet.
ideal.
Never heard of
But
it.
I'm not a little bitch. That's the thing. It's like whenever
What do you
men
mean
are like,
not a little bitch,
"You
though?"
gross," I'm like, "Yeah, you don't think half the shit that I do during sex is gross? I just don't care because I'm like horny."
No pussy shit. That's something we say on the roster all the time. No pussy shit.
No
And so
pussy
when
shit.
we're afraid of something, that's what we
NPS.
say to ourselves.
NPS, NPS.
You guys should.
So what's the last shit you was scared?
Patent that.
Go ahead, Mo.
No, I just said they should just patent that.
Yeah, no,
I feel like
should get a shirt.
patent is expensive. Yo, like on some entrepreneur shit, like a lot of shit
You
that
guys
people
want?
be
It's on our merch.
If you guys want to patent it, you can.
yeah, a lot of
We'll
shit.
still probably
Don't
use it.
tell
We
them
might
that.
use it still. I don't know.
Stop.
This why I
Don't
fuck
tell
with
them
them.
that.
A lot of shit people be telling you to do on some podcast shit, on some entrepreneurial shit, that shit costs money. So it's like,
Yeah.
yo, what?
It really does.
Are we giving y'all this shit? Like to get.
Oh,
we
you're
trying
saying
to
your
get-
words cost money. We were saying like the things you need to do.
No, things you need to do. That's what I'm talking the same
Yeah.
shit. Like the things
Oh,
you need to
okay.
do
Yeah,
cost money.
honestly, especially when you're starting out, it's like all spending money and no getting money, and it's like you put in so much work, and it's like even when people like it, it's like no, you don't understand how much work went into that.
You
Love
should like
it
it 10 times more.
And that's my thing. It's like and that's one of the things I admire y'all about. Like when I seen your rollout, I was like, yo, boom, they got a website, they doing this shit. Like they coming out with 3 posts a day. I was looking at like I was listening to the nasty shit, but I was looking at the work ethic. Like honestly, I was like, yo, damn, these bitches is on it. And then when I asked y'all to be on y'all show, y'all was like, yo, we not really taking no guests right now. I know that was Echo. I already knew. So I was like, yeah, this is Echo because
It was me.
I
It
said,
was
if
me.
I
She
had-
typed it, but I told her what to say.
No, I said if I had my face on this
No.
shit, you know what I mean? She might have been more a little different about it. But I had the logo
Oh,
on it,
you
so
think
she's
you're
like,
that good looking?
yeah, that's what I think about me all the time, right? So
Fair enough.
when I'm telling you, like, when I see that, I was like, yo, they work ethic is second to none. You know what I mean? Like that's one thing I seen about y'all. And even though y'all was talking crazy, I was like, I love that because my shit is talk heavy about things. And I was like, yo, these ladies got it. And
It's really like sad because a lot of times I feel like we do things that like people don't notice, so it feels really good to hear that. So thank you.
no, and that's what I'm saying. I'm gonna shoot y'all flowers. That's why I liked every one of your videos today on YouTube. I even commented one time, yeah, I didn't say nothing back. I feel bad because I'm a narcissist.
Honestly,
I
we
felt
don't
bad.
use
I was like, yo,
YouTube
you
as
ain't say
much
nothing
as
to
we
me.
should. It's really sad.
Humanize
Honestly, it's not that we didn't, we genuinely didn't see it yet. That's how sad it is. We don't use
Nah, I
YouTube
know.
like hardly ever.
Yeah, to me, like this hour right now, one of our biggest shows because I'm like, yo, these are like premier people. Like I heard you say, Annmarie one time. I call you Annmarie. I made that name up for you, so enjoy it,
Aw,
right?
thanks.
So I'm tell you this. I heard you say this one time. Well, maybe it was both of y'all. It was like, yo, what is our hardest hitting shows? And you was like, yo, people want to talk about oral sex, and then y'all just went in on that. And it was like, I know, yes, like our biggest show is podcast wise, 3,000 listens. You looking at that like, what? 3,000 listens. We got more love on YouTube, but when you say, yo, I know your shit is probably like 10,000, 20,000, 30, 40, 50,000. Your shit's going crazy.
In all honesty, though, those metrics are so fun to look at because, like, it shows you those breakdowns where it's like how many of them are men, how many are female, how old they are, and
Yeah.
whatever. I honestly am so fascinated by that kind of information because it really is like we're just reaching so many different kinds of people than we ever anticipated when we started the show.
Yeah, we thought like maybe just the people in our town would listen and they wouldn't really give a shit. They'd just do it to make fun of us.
So, yeah, what's your biggest dream? I'm sorry, Mo. What's your biggest dream?
Our biggest episode is
No,
Pussy.
dream,
No,
right?
stream.
Stream. Oh, okay.
Episode,
Sorry.
We don't do
podcast
streams,
wise.
but our biggest episode is definitely Pussy Looking for Dummies. Our first episode, of course, has the most listens, but if you measure it like versus time that it's been out, Pussy Looking for Dummies is easily exceeding every other episode. So.
And those, it's so funny. Those titles, you realize
Clicky,
how
it
much
matters.
titles matter. So it's like, if my title
SEO,
makes you
yeah.
horny, you're gonna watch my episode.
No, but I'm saying like, so, Pussy Looking for Dummies, 100,000, 200,000.
Listen, we can't
We're
tell
not
you
gonna
that
tell you
No,
information.
I'm just asking for the number. I'm not asking for the money. I'm asking for the number.
You guys asking for the number 1
We're not
million.
telling
1
you.
million's our number.
Nice.
Yo, listen, girls, you're not gonna hit me with that Pennsylvania shit, like acting like I'm not.
You're
finna
putting us
look it.
on
I know
live
how to
in
look it
public,
up.
trying
I
to
know
get
how
us to
look
put
it
our
up. I'm
numbers
trying
out
to make.
there.
All right, okay. I
1
was trying.
million.
I know.
Listen.
I figured that shit for that one episode. Yeah, I listened to that episode. I learned like that shit helped my pussy
Honestly,
eating skills.
we
That ass.
really, I think the biggest thing that really impresses me is less amount the amount of people that listen, but the people that continue to listen,
Yeah.
the people that carry through. Those are our home dogs. Those people, the ones that message us all the time, the ones that like are all about our episode. I could care less if there's 4 million of you listening to my episode as long as those guys stick around because those people fucking matter.
And you'll see that number fluctuate a lot. Like we have a predictor that will tell us like how many people are predicted to listen to our next episode. And it depends on what you're doing. Like if we're doing a certain promo or we're pushing our name out there in a certain forum, then we see those numbers rise. And so you really see the amount of effort directly correlates to the amount of listens and attention that you get. And you're not always going to get to like 100% level. Like some people are lucky, some people get lucky breaks, but the harder you work, the better it gets.
One of the things too we struggled with when we first started was like trying to compare ourselves to others because a lot of those like larger podcasts, like for example, Caller Daddy had like 3 episodes out, maybe 2 before they got scooped up, you know, and it's like it's you think you compare yourself to that and you're like, am I doing a bad job? But the thing is, those people had a social media following prior to starting their podcast. We start from scratch. We had nothing, and you know, and so like there's a lot of appreciation that goes into that grind that got us at least to where we're at, and I think like the grind that we're still on to get us somewhere even further from this. But it's like It's hard work. It's genuinely hard work. People don't understand how hard it is.
Yeah, right. I didn't think y'all was so smart, but go ahead.
So you guys were talking about how you can see the different, the statistics where it's like males and females.
So can we?
I don't know if you're comfortable talking about this, but do you see more men watching this show or more women?
It's usually it balances between a 60-40 to a 50-50 split.
It's usually, it depends on what you're looking at. It's like whenever we look at metrics shorter term, it's more women for some reason. So the women are quicker to listen, but over time, it's usually more 50-50 between men and women.
James has asked a question, and I think this is going to be a good icebreaker.
That's
But James, I suggest you go on these girls' podcasts because that's that's the only thing they talk about. But
what's the best listening? The kind that makes you calm.
Basic pussy licking.
No, it really depends on every woman, but you really need to make sure that you're going side to side and up and down. Find out what she reacts to the best, and then stick with it.
So I've come to know just off my experience, like this the flaps of your, like just like you was doing, Echo, like those flaps where you go like this, like those are like boundaries and they matter.
Yeah, honestly, one of the things I
Put it
always
up to the pussy.
I always feel like if you ask while you're doing it, because some women aren't comfortable saying, like, hey, go a little to the left. But if you're like, do you need me to move to the left or right? Where am I at? Like, especially in the kind of world that we live in right now, women don't feel as comfortable being like, yo, that doesn't feel good. But I've had a guy be like, hey, no, not like that. Do it like this. And then we are both having a great time. Coaching helps.
Coaching. So I don't know how much time y'all got left, but if y'all want to do like last word right now, I'm good with that.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
All right. So you want to go first, Echo, since you want to speak first?
I don't know what that means. Last words.
So why would you say it's a good idea if you don't know what it means? That's the shit you be doing?
Oh, just like our show?
No, just like anybody got like, so I would ask my co-host
Closing
if they got any questions for y'all, and if you got any questions for us, like that's the last word is like a literal term. I'm not trying to
I want to hear Aunt ask at least one question.
Don't put your lips like that to me.
I want to hear Aunt ask at least one question.
Ooh, and she said you was silent.
No, I think like he wasn't intentionally silent. I just think there are a lot of big talkers in the room. It just happens sometimes for smaller
He also said he wasn't feeling as well to talk as much.
Oh, sorry, Aunt, you're not feeling as well. Okay. Yeah. Aunt, talk, please.
Is there anything you want to ask, Aunt?
Oh,
I mean, what up?
That's what she's saying.
Nah.
So you wasn't talking heavy.
Nah, it's not. I wasn't talking heavy. I was letting y'all talk.
So talk.
Yeah, I want y'all to talk. I think
okay.
The listeners want to hear from you guys more.
Nah, not the listeners. Nah, they want to hear from you. Son, they're asking you, what do you want to say?
I said
that was her question. She said, "Yo, Aunt, I feel like you ain't say shit."
Yeah, I'm just chilling. I'm
tired.
I've been working all day.
All right, so nothing from Aunt. Go ahead, Mo.
I don't have any questions. All I can say is I really appreciate you guys coming on the show today, and it's been so much fun. I'm usually a little bit more out of my shell, but I just let you guys talk, and
we don't shut up.
No.
Sure.
But I will say that Myles was definitely happy that you guys came on the show too. He
Always
very excited.
Appreciate it.
I have nothing to say. So I have something to say. I go last.
I got something to say then.
No, all right, go Aunt Alibi.
Nah, yeah, I'm happy you guys came to the show too. I think that you guys quiet more. You had them a little quiet today.
Mo and you, like not doing so. Mo and you, don't put it on Mo.
Sometimes when I was talking, I was getting cut off, so it was like.
Once the blood flows to the dick, they're like, I'm real quiet. Yeah, they're just sliding boners. I believe it.
It's okay. I love boners.
So that's why I'm gonna go last because I gotta redeem this shit.
I think they should have talked more. I think you were trying to control them a little bit. They were trying to take over the show. I think you should have let them take over the show for like a little bit, and then.
I feel like anybody could have said anything. We talk about that. All right, it's me. All right.
I never want to take over.
I feel like the show was a success, but it's my fault. So anyway, Ladies, I guess like whatever you guys on that has, I'm doing like my son. What up? Like y'all wanna ask me some shit? Or cause I got questions of course.
You can go.
First. That's what we should have said. Ladies first.
Nah, I go last.
I don't really have questions like really.
Yeah.
I feel like we're all just chilling.
We chilling. All
right. You guys high? My question is, are you guys high? And if you're not, when's the next time you plan to be?
So like me, like
none of
you said spliff. To me, that's weed and tobacco.
I'm good. Yeah.
That's weed and tobacco. Right now. He's high. Yeah. This guy, Ant's definitely high. He looks high as hell. You high as hell. No?
And high of life.
Just high on life. Damn.
Yeah, on life. I feel like y'all just started smoking though. I feel like that's like some new shit I learned from y'all shit. Like, yo, how you fuck with the vape though? The vape kind of like fuck with your shit.
It's one of many kinds of weed that go into my body in a day. But very easy to do when you're on like a video.
Oh, okay. I could dig
you don't got prep or like a, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm not gonna bust out a dab rig right now or roll up a fucking bud.
So now, So we talking weed talk. Echo talked about some ghetto ass shit, some white people ghetto shit that had me. No, she had me in my bag. And it was the edible, the homemade edible with the graham cracker and the fucking chip. I was like, yo, say it again. I got an extra stream for me off that. I was like, yo, she said she made that shit. She said put the.
I need you to Google it because people think that we're just fucking crazy when we say it. Because that's what I, as a weed smoker, thought when someone told me this.
Yo, you need to do that shit on TikTok because I still don't get that shit.
Let me just give you guys the rundown. So you take the weed and you grind it up.
Questions after that. We're good.
You grind up the weed and I use like maybe not even an eighth of weed, if that makes difference.
It makes sense. Yeah.
So, and I made probably 6 of these, or 6 to 8 of them. But anyways, I ground it up. Then you bake it really low heat, like 200, maybe 250 for like 15 minutes. That decarbs the weed. I have no idea what that means, but it starts to get the THC coming out.
Oh.
Then you take that and you sprinkle it on top of a graham cracker with peanut butter on it. And the peanut butter has fat, which I know is really essential to the weed. Yeah. So the more peanut butter, the better. And you want to like almost mix those two up in there with a toothpick or something.
Yes.
Then on the other side, Nutella. That's the shit.
Okay. That's your personal recipe. Chocolate chips. That's your personal recipe. Cause yeah, okay.
Yeah, so then you put them together like a sandwich, like a s'more, and wrap them in foil. And you put them back in the oven, 350 this time for like 20 minutes. And when these suckers come out, it's an edible. And it's like crazy because people are like, well, you just make butter. But like, I don't have the time for that. I'm not trying to do all that. Yeah, I would. And sometimes I will make an edible. But like, if I'm in a pinch, I'm in a hurry, I want to make some firecrackers with my best friend, I'm going to do it.
Yeah, that's some shit I would try. Like making butter, you can fuck your whole weed up trying to do that shit.
Yeah, the firecrackers thing, it's like, I was really skeptical when I heard about it because I was like, how does that even work? But I've literally had some firecrackers that were so good I felt like I was tripping and like I was genuinely like out of my mind high. So I'm a believer of the firecracker at this point. Firm believer.
So let me ask my other question. When's the last time when's the furthest you traveled out of Erie in the past 6 months? I mean, you go on the NBA game, so Echo, that's not for you. That's for Annmarie. Because Echo probably be all over.
I live in Pennsylvania, but my boyfriend lives in Texas.
Huh?
My boyfriend lives in Austin, Texas, and I live in Erie, Pennsylvania. So I actually travel a lot. I go back and forth.
That's my favorite city.
Austin, it's amazing. Austin's like a baby LA.
Lone Star Bears. I was in Killeen, Texas. Austin, Texas. somewhere no one can find you. Because Killeen is right next there, and I was in Killeen for like I was in Killeen last year for like 3 months. Killeen is right next to Austin.
I actually thought I would hate it just because, like, I always think like redneck when I think Texas. You know what I'm saying? But Austin is really modern and like hip and not super. And so, like, I actually really liked it.
Austin is weird, and you gotta fuck with Rainy Street. Rainy's better than anything. Yeah, you been to Rainy before?
No, I don't think so.
Ask your man about that and tell him I
Well,
told you.
She'll go.
I will.
Ask him, tell him. All right. So I think that was my last question, and I might have some personal questions, but damn, I don't got a Patreon, so I can't say that. But
I had a question.
we took now. Ain't got a question.
You had a story where you two went to a house. Everywhere was hot, but one room with the bed and the AC in it. Can we get that story, please?
Okay, we were all underage. Everybody was super, super underage, and the party that we were at shared a parking lot with the police station. We were on like a college campus, so it was like anything you did, the cops are there. And usually we were on the second story, so they left us alone, but they moved apartments down to the bottom story, and it's the first party they threw downstairs. So everybody is drunk off their ass. Most of us were underage. And the cops knocked on the door because we were being loud. And so everybody turned off all the lights and ran into the bedrooms like little babies. And we all hid. And we were in there and nobody was allowed to talk. Everybody, I just remember all the like dudes were like, stop it, don't say anything. And so eventually I was like, guys, I'm going to go get some alcohol, because if I'm getting a DUI, I'm definitely going to be drunk when I get the DUI. Like, that's for sure. And the guy that I was talking to and being sassy to was like, well, why don't you just go outside then if you're so hardcore? So I was like, fine, I'll go smoke a cigarette right outside. So I went outside and there was no cops out there, but I just remember feeling so badass because I was like 19 and I was like, I'm not even afraid of the police. I'm drunk. I'm just right out here.
What school was that at?
Edinburgh, it's like pretty close to us.
Nah, that's not the story I'm talking about though.
Oh yeah.
No, a different story. Oh god, we go to a lot of parties.
It was hot. No, it was hot. It was 2 guys, 2 girls. You the 2 girls.
Oh, the foursome party. Yeah, no, you should tell this story because you were so in tune to what was going on.
Echo didn't know what was going on. But you did.
Echo, what was your perception?
This was a tough night for me in retrospect. But I invited Annmarie to come with me to this guy's like birthday party, and we showed up, and it was just him and his roommate. And so the 4 of us just hung out like the whole night getting drunk and whatever. And then we ended up all 4 laying on the bed, like the opposite way of what you normally would. And we were watching
like in the line, like sardines.
Yeah, like sardines. We're watching a movie. Yeah, and this the guy I was with was like making out with me, pull my titty out, pinching my nipple, going to town. And then he got up and he went to go like roll a blunt or a joint, and his roommate got up and like looked directly at my nipple, and I thought it was kind of weird. I was like, that's weird that he looked. I don't know why he's doing that. And then a few minutes later I look over and Annmarie is sucking that guy's dick enthusiastically. I was like, good girl, get it. I love this. She's having a great night. So then I'm like, to my guy, let's go back to your room, right? So they can enjoy themselves. We should leave immediately. And so he was like, no, right? We're staying. Don't you want to? And so I was like, no, let's go to your room. So we did, and I gave him an amazing blowjob. I have video proof, and it was sick. And
send that to me.
We watch porno.
All right, I'll send it to you. But anyway, in the morning, we were talking. I came out of my room. Everyone's in the kitchen. And I made like a joke, like, haha, how funny would it have been if we had all fucked last night and had a foursome? That's hilarious. And they all looked at me like they wanted to kill me.
You didn't get it?
Because listen, guys, from our perspective, from literally every
those other people.
The one guy's birthday, he was like, I've never had a foursome before. He said this 5 or 6 times during the beginning of the night. So I was like, oh, Echo invited me here because I'm supposed to do a foursome with her. She just didn't tell me. Okay. He kept mentioning that he'd never had a foursome. So I was like, okay. Then we're all making out, and the guy that was next to me whips his dick out. So I was like, okay, this is when it starts. We're starting now. And then Echo left. I was like, oh, I really misread the room. And then in the morning, they were like, no, we were reading that same vibe too. It was really just Echo. I was like, oh, cool. And then she came out. I was like, wouldn't it be funny if we all had a foursome?
First I said, oh, then I said, okay. But listen, that made me... Go ahead, Aunt.
See, that leads up to my question. Did he get his birthday present?
His birthday present was a foursome. No, I fucked it up.
I fucked it up. No, he never got it.
She fucked it up? Nah.
We could have done it the next morning. We could have. Actually, that's my bad too. I should have proposed that. But actually, to be honest, his best friend and I, we weren't really like a vibe. It was like I let him fuck my throat because I'm a champ. But like I wasn't trying to do it a second time. You know, like I did that for Echo, and I did it for the other guy's birthday. It was a gift to the group.
I respect you, champ. Hey, champ, let me ask you a question, champ. So the best question I heard tonight, but it wasn't really a question set tonight. And if the person that spit the question want to talk while I start saying they could cut me off, it's like, what's the quickest that you went from no sex to sex from somebody?
Like with a guy? Like
yeah,
starting?
so it's like where it's like you chilling and then you like, yo, damn. This shit about to happen.
I know hers is probably so funny.
Yo, that was a question. I was like, yo, hit them with that because that's a good question. That would have gave us 30 minutes of damn dialogue.
Let's go.
Okay, yeah. So I
say
have
at least 5 minutes.
Yeah, I invited a guy to come over from Tinder. I thought he was cute. And it turns out he didn't speak a ton of English. He came into my house and he said hello and we said like, how are you? You having a good day? And then he just like came up to me and started kissing me. So then we had sex.
That was their first meet.
Damn, I was about to talk about spring break and shit, but nothing beats the Wiz. Like nothing beats that shit. Like I remember, so I'll give you guys a story. And
one story or two stories.
I'll give you one story, but you could go first if you want to.
No, I want you to do it.
All right, so spring break, it's like...
B wasn't there.
Nah, you was there.
I was there.
So Aaron and I used to do spring break every fucking year, like together, because it was crazy. Because like he was in college, I wasn't in college, but it was like I was working, so I had money. So, and when you like East Coast spring break and West Coast spring break is way different. Right, so I went to East Coast, like West Coast girls. They almost like y'all. I would say no shade to West Coast girls, but like if your game is tight and like they gonna test your shit, and it's like yo, like they gonna be on it, and I could talk, so it's like yo, I'm just rocking it crazy, and I think it was Acapulco, Cancun first time. We was in Acapulco, and then like. Coming down the elevator from doing my thing, then I see the next joint in the elevator. I'm like, yo, where you going? And she's like, yo, where we going? I'm like, yo, to the top. That's my story.
We smashed them both. Honestly, actually, very recently, Echo and I gave ourselves each an award for like having a guy come in us, getting on an airplane, and then having another guy come in us.
Damn, that's some different.
So like it was like I carried come across the lines.
Oh shit!
And got another one in there.
I feel like that's illegal.
That's illegal. That's birth control shit. Like, damn.
Sometimes you just gotta get it in. It's timing. It's all about timing.
So y'all Mile High Club?
That jet lag doesn't affect a pussy though. If you're horny,
I'm not in the Mile High Club. You in the Mile High Club?
No.
I've masturbated on an airplane, but I've never had sex on an airplane. But not because I wouldn't, because I'm always with or next to men who are really huge pussies.
You tried though. You was like, oh.
I'm like, yo, let's go in the back, and they're like, stop, Annmarie, stop. I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna rub one out then if that's what we cool. Like, I'm gonna right here if that's fine.
Time out. You've asked the dude to go to the bathroom in the airplane. He told you no.
Wow.
Yeah, unfortunately, it was just mostly out of fear. Like I said, I really hang out with pussies, or I did prior to my current life. So I have a lot of experiences where a man's fear would hold me back from, say, joining the Mile Club.
I don't know. Does getting head on the plane count?
Nah, that's in the Mile Club. Is you gotta fuck.
Damn. I'm not in it.
So have any of you? None of you have then?
Mile Club, nah.
All right.
Never.
Well, that's a goal for us all then.
It is. I'll call you when I get it.
All right, I'll call you.
Let's just be on the same flight. You ask me some shit like that, I'm like, I at least want to look. You know what I mean?
Just buy me the ticket. I'll be there.
It's the same shit. It happened to me too. Yo, son, you know what I took down on. And we ain't gonna talk about that, son. Like, yeah, that I put the numbers in Acapulco. That's what I'm saying. Was it Cancun or Acapulco?
No, you put the numbers in Cancun. That didn't happen.
Yeah, you saying Acapulco. I'm thinking Cancun. I don't remember something like we went to spring break mad times.
The same exact thing.
Same thing, yeah.
I mean, Acapulco.
Yeah.
You was Cancun.
Right. So
you won in.
Listen, guys. I think maybe it sounds like you need to revisit both places.
Hey.
And get wild again.
But I ain't
Let Ant tell his story because he didn't talk this whole goddamn show. But then y'all can go because I know these girls are tired. They want to do some other shit. They got the Uber driver or some shit waiting.
We actually have to record our own show after this.
Oh, yeah. Well, y'all about to go on after?
Yeah.
All right. I just want to be your first guest when y'all come on. When y'all inviting guests, Echo told me, no, we're not booking guests for 6 months. I said, what the fuck is this bitch talking about? But I get it. I get it.
Honestly, though, our listeners actually complain to us when we have guest episodes because it's such a different vibe compared to us, like entering. You know, it's like a way more interview vibe.
Yeah, because y'all not really hearing Mo, but the shit that me and Mo talk about when it's just us two, I definitely, especially the early times, like we're incubating in our space. So I definitely get what you're saying, but we want to hit end story.
It's a different vibe, and so like if we do it too often, we really genuinely hear about it from people. They're like, cool, but I actually hate the guest episodes. I'm like, but I was so excited to do that.
We had a lot of fun.
Yeah, I hear you.
You guys just gotta do what's best for you too. I mean, I know that. You want to do for the fans, but you know.
I mean, you have to be prepared to expose yourself if you're coming on our show as well, like really vulnerably.
Because we've had some pussies on.
Not the cat. I listen to y'all show. That's why I told y'all. I said, yo, if y'all want to come in, if y'all want me to validate my team for me coming on, let's do it. But I think that, like, you know what I mean. I could sing and dance on y'all shit and definitely do what the fuck I got to do. But and you want to tell your story or?
Yeah, if I get a chance.
Go ahead, my fault.
Yeah. So I went to a Ludacris concert. I have one of my friends. He's very cool with him. So I was like on stage and everything, and I kind of was like feeling myself, you know. So we partied and everything. So after the party, everybody's leaving. So we walk into the bathroom. We in a casino. We was in Connecticut. Casino, Connecticut. And I see one of my friends walking with two girls. So I run up to him, you know, started talking to the other girl that he wasn't talking to. We were talking for like maybe 2 minutes. They had to go to the bathroom. I had to go to the bathroom too. So he was like, yo, y'all come in the boys' bathroom, guys' bathroom, men's bathroom. Right? They was with it. Okay? So I went in the store with her. She peed. I peed. And I'm like, what I said wasn't, I was like, let me get that. It's kind of, she was like, what? I said, I got a condom and everything. What's up? And she was like, okay.
That's smooth. I would have been like, okay.
Did you lick her pussy?
Nah. Just hit her from the back and that was it.
Yo. Like,
honestly, that's
most girls don't get their pussy licked like that.
In a bathroom store?
In a bathroom store?
Yeah, I'm getting my pussy licked in a bathroom.
I mean,
Am I putting a dick in me?
Unless you can make me orgasm from just penetration, it's just very rare.
No, you echo
I'm
though.
trying to get an orgasm too. I'm not just trying to take someone's busty Nuddington into inside of myself without it happening for me as well.
So y'all can't fuck in the
Wait,
bathroom
listen,
store,
I
then.
held
Just ain't no
someone's
pussy
dick
in
in
the
a
bathroom
parking
store.
garage
Fuck.
before, and that's what that reminded me of.
What she said?
Say it again.
One time I was in a parking garage with a guy, and he was like, "I have to piss," and I said, "Can I hold it?"
Because I have to pee right now. I really have to leave the
That's
screen.
fly.
You
Nah,
guys
I'ma let
talking
y'all
about
go.
peeing,
No.
it's making it way worse for me.
Go ahead.
Yeah, we
Tell
should say
Marie.
goodbye when she gets
Yo,
back.
what
But
you
I'll
just
finish
said was
telling you.
mad fly. That's fly. If a girl said that shit to me, that's just some other shit.
I said, "Can I hold it?" And he said, "Sure." So I legit in a parking garage held his dick while he peed.
Did you suck it out there?
Yeah.
He tried desperately. He was like, "Girl, let me take you back to my house. I'll make you a salad with a little raspberry vinaigrette. You're gonna love it."
After you
And
held
I
this
was
dick,
like,
you need that right there. Go
beyond
home.
drunk. I wasn't. After I just wanted to hold his dick. I wanted to know what it was like to hold a dick when he was peeing. I just really didn't think about it being sexual at the time.
That's funny.
Yo, I feel you.
So that poor guy. I actually once got drunk and messaged him on Facebook to let him know, "Hey, a few years ago I held your dick in a parking garage while you peed."
You hit him with the throwback callback?
Do you remember?
Wow.
He's married now. He's a real estate agent. So
He's like, no, but I'm married
he was
now.
like, "So
And,
yeah, I remember that. Actually,
good,
it's
good,
something
I
you don't
remember
really
that.
forget as a person."
Nah, that's fly though. Nah, I love that. That's really honest. But if you don't have anything of us, we're gonna let y'all go, man. We took like an hour and a half of your time.
Thanks for having us. We loved hanging out with you guys. You guys
I
are
can't
great.
talk for my co-hosts or nobody else in here, but I feel like we need to merge the show whenever y'all get a chance, even if it's quarterly. I feel like we can do that. You know what I mean? Because I feel like we can talk heavy on anything y'all want to talk about. And this is like a non-scripted, just me fucking hopping in y'all DMs like, yo, we need you on this show. You motherfuckers talking about 6 months. Fuck that. On April 6th, bitches. The fuck is up with that? And I respect that. So again, I appreciate y'all, man. I appreciate y'all time. Thank you.
The dog's trying to get some lit.
Yeah, he's got a huge wiener too for a dog. I would show you. It feels weird.
We're not doing
It
that.
takes up like 50% of his full lower body. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, this one guy I have sex with, he refers to him as the big dick rat.
So, dude, so
Where's
like
the
you
big
be
dick
letting
rat
dudes you
at?
fuck handle your dog? Dudes you fuck just handle your dog?
No, he doesn't handle it. It's just like it's that big, it's out. You know what I'm saying? Like nobody's missing this shit. He'll sprawl it out. Like he throws his leg out. He's like, "What's up? Look at my little dick."
So now you got me on my conspiracy thought. So you live an hour and a half from Echo, right? You just bring
An hour, like 40 minutes.
40 minutes.
So you live 40 minutes from Echo. You just bring your dog shit to shit.
Oh
like
yeah,
that.
he goes everywhere. He has a backpack. He's got a space backpack. It looks like a little spaceship, and he rides around on my back, and he goes to work with me every day.
So a dude could know you.
Really? Are you serious?
A dude could know you from Echo's house, and did like that's your crib with your dog.
Yeah.
Yeah, she watches him sometimes for me too if I'm traveling. So sometimes she'll be here and he'll be here, and I won't even be here.
Damn. Dope.
Yeah.
Ladies, I love y'all. Thank y'all for coming on.
Thank you.
I owe you one. I'm gonna say I owe you one. If Mocha say he owe you one, that's on him. But on behalf of me,
Thank you, guys.
Play Myself Show, I owe y'all
As
one.
long as by one you mean oral, I'm in.
This motherfucker. Yo, I owe y'all one. I owe y'all one. And yo, if it come to content,
He said it. Sorry, you guys heard him. He said he owed us one.
Fuck him.
In one means oral. That was the rules for that episode.
Yo, I owe y'all one. It's a.
Thank you guys for inviting us.
Now y'all about to make me. I'm about to hit you with one more thing because I gotta have the last word. If you got a foursome, right? And then with 4 people it's a foursome, 3 people it's a threesome, 2 people it's a twosome. And then Shorty said, I wonder why they call men handsome. Think about that. Yeah. All right. Love y'all. Thank you, girls. Appreciate you.
Good night.
Good night. Thanks for having us.
Yeah.
I don't know how to sign up.
Nah, I got this. I'm gonna take this off. Gotta let this play.
We still live? We still live?
No, we still live. Hold on. I gotta let this play for 15 seconds. So we do more. Thanks for watching. When it comes on there, we go.
Okay.
Ging.
It lags.
No, it lags. That's what I'm saying. Like when it comes on there, that's 15 seconds. Yeah. Nah, she just gave me that. Nah, those are my girls, man. Like I love that shit. Oh, we're about to finish it right now.
That was cool.